Oh, and it's finished. There we go. Hello, bro. Welcome in. Congrats on first. Today we are playing, quote-unquote playing, because I think it might just purely be a visual novel, but still. We are playing Z.A.T.O. I love the world and everything in it. Had to get first once in a while, fair enough. This is a one ending only, very straightforward on-rails game. But I'm interested to check out the story behind it and everything. It looked very interesting from what I saw on the Steam page. Because apparently a person has gone missing and no one seems to care except for her. Start, please. Start. Question? Why? Wait, what? What's happening? Hang on. It's not showing. What is your question? Why do you sound robotic or like you're reading from a script tonight? Do I? Because again, I always listen to my streams and I don't. One moment though. I'm using window capture because game capture wouldn't work, but window capture is having an issue where if I'm in the game, it doesn't update in OBS. The way you started the intro sounded scripted. Did it? That's usually how my intros sound. Anyway. Did you know that our sun is a very unusual star? Yeah, if I... Oh, God. I knocked something over. Yeah, but if I click in the game, OBS doesn't update. It freezes. No, that's a problem. I can't have that. How do I fix this? No, it's not the game. It's not that the game is crashing. Because look, if I click on OBS, so I can't click on the game or OBS won't update what's going on. But game capture is not capturing the game. I might have to do a display capture. Capture automatic. I don't know. I never use window capture. I don't really like using window capture. If I do use it, it's usually for a Pokemon fan game, and it usually works then. I don't know why it's not working now. Hang on. Can I make a new window capture? Select Z.A.T.O. Turn that off. And then if I click in the game, no, it's still doing that. This game doesn't work with window capture. That's unfortunate. And game capture will not capture this. It doesn't recognize it as a game. Okay, cool. So we're going with display capture then. Hopefully display capture works. To start with, it's a yellow dwarf. Oh, display capture doesn't work either. Why? Why is it doing that? Here, settings. If I go to window, and go to turn that off and turn on window capture. Restarting the PC shouldn't have anything to do with this. Wait. Oh, no. Wait. Go back to game. Return. Okay, I put it in window mode. Window mode is working. I can't have it full screen for me, but at least it's full screen for you guys. Except for the bottom. The bottom's not right, but I can't... Okay, well, whatever. It's just gonna have to look like that. To start with, it's a yellow dwarf. Those constitute for just 7–10% of all stars in the universe. It's an outlier even among those. Most yellow dwarfs are primarily covered with dark spots. The sun isn't. The majority of its surface is bright. In fact, it has 3 times the number of light spots than it does dark spots. Sure, its overall brightness index is nothing special. You could even call it underwhelming compared to other stars of its type. But even so, it works harder than most to shine as bright as it can. And I find that really cute. I don't remember where I read about this. Must have been some newspaper from years ago. But that small piece of trivia still pops in my mind whenever I look up at the morning sky. It's not much of a view, to be honest. Not much of a sky, not much of a sun. I guess that's the kind of region it is. Some people say the sun is just lazing around in our parts, what with the constant snow. But people that go around saying that, well, they clearly haven't read that newspaper. The more I thought about things like that, and the more I learned, the more I realized how incredible everything is. I'm not just saying that to mean amazing. I mean improbable. You can't deny the world is full of great coincidences. It's to the point where I've begun to ask myself how much of it we can attribute to pure chance. The universe was so kind as to give us both a star and a planet with the perfect conditions for a sentient life. Just the slightest fluctuation in the composition of our atmosphere, the size of the globe, or the distance between Earth and the Sun, and none of us, none of the beauty surrounding us, would exist. Some would call it a miracle. And of course, that's a lovely way to put it. But isn't that giving the world we're living in too little credit? But it's not that I subscribe to the anthropic principle or anything. I'm not so arrogant as to believe the universe exists just for our sake. Or rather, I'm not so sure it exists solely to be observed. When a baby is born, it's not preoccupied with how it is perceived. When a baby is born, I looked away and then came back and thought I'd start over. That conscious need emerges later, as the child develops self-awareness. Until that point, its curiosity is aimed at its surroundings. So, if anything, it's the opposite of what the anthropic principle entails. Like, that word keeps throwing me off. We're social creatures, so the need to be observed makes sense for our survival. But to say the universe itself shares that priority, it just doesn't make sense to me. I've heard of this game? Oh, have you? I mean, it came out last November. Although, you can also think about it this way. A child is curious about the world because it perceives the world as external. But what if the child is the world? What if all that it could ever observe existed within itself? What can the all-encompassing universe be curious about? There's nothing but itself, so nothing but itself. There's nothing else to care about in the whole wide world. It is the world. Duh. Ah, wait. Now this makes perfect sense. If I put it like that, I guess the universe has no choice but to be self-centered. Even if this wasn't the case when it was born, what if the universe developed a desire to be perceived by others as it matured? The same way that a child would. And what do we do when we want others to perceive us a certain way? We try to mold ourselves accordingly. Ah, I think I get it now. Alright, fair enough. I'm pretty sure this will probably just be purely visual novels, but I am very interested in the story. But if it is one you're interested in, then yeah, definitely don't spoil yourself. The universe gradually felt the desire to be seen. It wanted to be admired, loved, and observed, because there's nothing more a world can do but to observe itself. It's the best and only pastime there is, as far as the world is concerned. And if observation is good, more observation is even better. Of course, an endless universe can observe itself endlessly. You can say that its observation value equals infinity. That value may seem absolute, but it isn't really. Not in mathematics. Infinity plus 1 exists. It's a value that the universe could never reach as a singular, albeit infinite, observer. So it had to create new, finite observers to add to its infinity. It needed to create sentient life. Sentient life is the plus 1. When I put it like that, it sounds like all of us are extras at a party. Now isn't that fun? This vast, mighty universe changed itself so meticulously to make new observers possible. It fine-tuned all of its systems so precisely, just to have us here. It works so hard just to share its one joy with us. Us, worthless insects. Oh no. Oh no, this can't be. That's cute. That's really cute. Ah, I should have expected this. I should have known the infinite universe would be infinitely cute. Alright, our character's a bit of a weirdo. This world truly is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh god, yeah. I'm gonna struggle with her name. I did look up how to potentially pronounce her last name. Ira Grachevskaya is missing. Grachevskaya. Huh? I look up from my desk. A low hum runs through the class. Grachevskaya? What? Seriously? She's just skipping. Nah, she ran off with that one guy. You saw? No, but come on, you know her. She's totally... Silence. The teacher taps her journal on the desk. Ira's parents filed the report yesterday night. They haven't seen her since she left for school. Another round of whispers. The teacher raises her voice. So, if any of you have any information that might help in finding Ira, please report it to the teacher's office or the police after class. That is all. On to the lesson. A chair creaks in the back. Vadim? Wait. You really expect us to just study like normal after hearing that? Yeah. Yeah, we're shocked, you know? We're worried sick. Seriously, our classmate's missing. Our friend. Our... Chaka? I don't know. The room fills with repulsive giggles. So he's just messing around. He just wants to get out of work. Cut it out. Garin, sit back down. The teacher's voice sounds just as dry as it did when she broke the news. She turns towards the blackboard to write down the date. We all know the situation will probably resolve itself just fine. So let's not act dramatic. If you have anything valuable to say, I'll be happy to hear it in the office. She puts the chalk down and begins the lesson. It's December 19th. A bird flies past the window. Disappearance. Give me a break. As I told us back in school, spell it out and enunciate the word. I never learned how to enunciate anything. I had deaf parents. I just had to know how to pronounce things. I just had to hear it be said, and then I had to just know from then on. You know my parents can't enunciate anything, so I did not learn to do things that way. Also, some of these names are not English, so the way it will be enunciated is different as well. Because I will not have said Gra, I would have said Grace. Aren't you supposed to wait 3 days or something? Russianese. I mean, yeah. Oh, that's a myth. You can't file a missing report whenever, especially if it's a kid. Oh, yeah? Hey, let's report each other as missing and see who they find first. Ha! You're on! No, but seriously, what's with the sudden hubbub? So she didn't come home. Big deal. I thought wandering off was her whole thing. Right? That's just Grotchevskaya for ya. Every time I have to say her name, I'm always gonna have to say it slowly. I bet her parents just want some attention. Like they need any more of that. I mean, I've heard of some weird cases. Yeah, never say never. Crazy is genetic. You think she's in some crack house now? Ha! No way. Do we even have any? I wish. At least there'd be something fun to do. Ha! Honestly. Hey. But she's, like, for sure with the guy, right? The guy? You don't know? A bunch of people have seen them together. It's some older dude. He's like 30 or something. Ew. You serious? Yeah, it's so trashy. I slowly walk behind my classmates as we head to the next lesson. It's irritating. Their conversation is ticking me off. I'm not sure why. It's not as if they aren't making sense. It's not unusual for Ira to wander off somewhere on her own. I'm not treating this news with any real gravity. Really, I'm no better than them. There is a trace of worry in my head, but it isn't directed towards Ira. Instead, when I first heard about her disappearance, the thought that flashed into my mind was rather ugly. Now nobody will come to save me. Gross. But regardless of what people are saying, and regardless of what I personally think, that's still a missing person. Her poor parents must be so worried. Just picturing it makes me feel glum. I'm not surprised Ira would just run off somewhere without telling anybody, but still. It's not like we've ever been friends. It would be stranger if I acted all torn up about it, right? She's just that kind of person. Always getting herself in trouble, always hanging out in places she's not supposed to be at. They're right. This wouldn't be the first time Ira left for God knows where. But is it really true? The stuff they said about that older man. I've never seen or heard anything like that. Even though this whole time... I suppose it's plausible, knowing how some girls are. Even so, I'd never have thought Ira would be the type to be love-struck like that. Love-struck, huh? When I put it that way, then it's almost... Yeah, it's most definitely cute. What is it with you and cute? Hello, Kurt Cummerbun. Welcome in. Hello, hello. And thank you for, subscribing. It says subscribing. Was it a follow? Why is Frosty saying subscribing? I guess he just means, like, joining in, I guess. Probably. Anyway. Love-struck, huh? When I put it that way, then it's almost... Yeah, it's most definitely cute. Ira in love. Forbidden love, too. Wow. I'd never have guessed. I never took that girl for a romantic. But she is a girl at the end of the day. And she does like those type of books. So, perhaps... she was planning to elope all along. Ah, crap. Crap, it's all so complicated. I'm really torn on this. I really am. On one hand, it's super romantic. Such beautiful young love with no regard for what anyone thinks. It's so incredible. It's incredibly cute. But, on the other hand, I'm really... sad. It's selfish and it's dumb, but if Ira is really gone, it's like I've got nothing to hope for anymore. Hey, Shubina. Huh? You know anything about this? No? Why would I? Well, you two were pretty close, right? Their whole group chuckles. We weren't. No? No, not at all. Really? I thought you two were dykes. What? They all erupt in laughter. We weren't. We didn't even talk. Gahaha! Vadim, you dumbass! I'm just gonna say Ira. I say this name too slowly. It's better to just say Ira. Ira's screwing the old guy. She ain't like that. I don't know. Some chicks swing both ways. You never know these days. Huh. I don't. It's... Huh. Look at her face. Chill out, Shabina. We're just kidding. Jeez. Why are you getting so scared anyways? You're really a lesbo or something? What a turn of events, yeah. I'm not. They just keep laughing. What can I even say to that? No matter what I do, they just keep laughing. If Ira came in through the door right now and heard what they were saying, all hell would break loose. I mean, she only disappeared a day ago. She's probably just coming late today. She doesn't even know there's a missing report. Maybe she's already left her lover's place. Maybe she's trudging through our snowy schoolyard as we speak. No, she's already inside. She's already left her wet puffy jacket in the cloakroom. And now she's going down the corridor. Up the stairs, to the left. That's right. She's coming. She's gonna storm in any minute now. Right? Right? That's it. I hear her. I can hear her footsteps. She's coming. Ira's coming. What's with that face? You look like you're holding in a shit. Haha, she's totally a lesbo. I'm not. I've never talked to her. I told you. The steps walk past the classroom. Now that they're closer, they don't sound like her at all. They never sounded like her in the first place. Well, maybe not with her, but like in general. Yeah, you don't have a boyfriend, right, Sabina? Why is that? Huh? I don't know. I just... Dude, look at her. Be real. Ha ha ha. Come on, don't say that. What, you want to be her boyfriend? Hey, Shubina, want to go out with Igor? Oi! What? Come on, he's a great guy. Right, Igor? You treat her right. Ah, piss off, man. I'm not doing this. Haha. I bite my tongue. There I go again. Bad habit. It's not like it works anyway, so why do I keep doing it? I plop down at my desk and start mindlessly flipping through the textbook. I need to stop indulging fantasies like that. It just makes me feel stupid every time. If Ira came in through that door and beat them up right then and there, would it really help my case? They'd probably keep saying those same things behind her back. And to my face. I guess it really would be for the worse. Yeah, I shouldn't have wished for that. If Ira saw that, it would just add fuel to the fire. So, it's a good thing that she didn't interfere. It's a good thing. It's a really great thing. Huh. At least these guys don't bother me for the rest of the day. Everyone's too preoccupied with gossip. I can't focus on studying either. I keep thinking. The last time I saw Ira, the teacher says her parents saw her leaving in the morning. But she didn't show up to class. That part's nothing new. Ira has always had a bad attendance record. So I assume she skipped as usual. And went to see that man they talked about. Did she go to him right away? Because in that case, yesterday evening, I'm gonna say Asya. Go home, Asya. The teacher's office, was it? I'm kinda scared of going straight to the police. But I should. I should probably report that. Not sure if it'll be of any help. And for some reason, the idea of telling anyone what I saw, something about it just doesn't sit right with me. But there's no logical reason for that. I need to get over myself. Sure, she's probably fine. I know that. Freaking everyone knows that. But if she's not, well, I'm gonna regret it big time. Oh, but I might also be tearing star-crossed lovers apart. If Ira really ran away to be with someone that she cares about so deeply, away from society's ridicule, would it really be right to ruin it? Crap. I have to admit, I'm also a little judgmental. I mean, it's really beautiful. I do believe that judging love like that is ugly, 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 but whenever I start to consider it closely, I just can't brush off how much older that man is. I just can't. I'm really no better than the rest. Wait. That's it. So that's why I don't want to tell anyone about what I saw. It must be the good in me screaming, "Don't ruin their good fortune." They're probably so happy together right now. It's none of your business. Gosh, yes, that must be it. That explains everything. Should I follow my heart then? Should I keep silent? It's not as if what I had seen will make a difference. It was kind of inconsequential. There's no point in telling anyone about it at all. It's not the kind of information that points to any particular location or culprit. Not that there is one. So let's keep silent and everyone will be happy. I'll be happy. The good irrational me will be happy. And the cold reasonable me will be happy as well. Yep. Good job, Asya. You solved it. It sure is nice to have a clean conscience. Well, no need to loaf around here any longer. Guess I better head home. Oh, Counterpoint! What if, and bear with me here, what if Ira's actually missing? Despite all odds, there's always a possibility that she is in danger. If there's even the tiniest chance that my report will help in finding her, then that info is worth providing. And if she really did elope with her beloved, then my testimony won't change a thing. It's worthless at worst. That's true. If I carefully weigh the pros and cons, that off chance of Ira being in danger, and my words being the key to saving her, makes for a strong argument. Whoa. My words being the key to saving her. Wow, yeah. That would be so amazing. And then I'd come and visit her in the hospital. And she wouldn't know how to thank me. She'd say I shouldn't have, and she'd say, "I told you to leave me alone, dummy." And then I'd just shake my head and respond, "It's nothing. I was just doing what I was supposed to." No. I gotta come up with something cooler. I'll need to think about that. Wait. Why is she in the hospital? Do I hope Ira ends up in the hospital? Jeez, of course not. I don't need any freaking testimony to save her. I hope my testimony is useless because she's already home. Or is calling home, telling her parents how happy she is with the love of her life. That's what I hope for. I just keep having stupid thoughts today. At least I know what I should do now. I've made my decision. I'm going to the teacher's office. Where was it again? I doubt they expect anyone to come. I'll probably look kind of silly. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, who cares? Walking. Down the staircase, to the right, down the hall. There. That's the teacher's office. Oh? A girl. There's a girl standing there, right by the door. I think I've seen her before. Is she an upperclassman? Our town is really tiny, and so is our school. If I were a better person, I would know her name. She turns to look at me. Did my phone just turn off? Oh god, it did. It somehow got unplugged. Oh, I got double unplugged. Somehow I accidentally pulled it out. Unfortunately, this is the phone that cannot survive off the charger. So now it's going to take a while for it to get back on. So if I disconnect, I won't know. So I'll just have to pay attention. She turns to look at me. I'm not sure what she's expecting, so I nod a little. Is there a queue? A queue? To the office. Oh. Oh no. I'm just waiting for someone. Ah, okay. Hey. What? You're Asya, right? Ah. Yeah. If you disconnect, you will know. Actually, it's not obvious unless I am listening to the stream and I suddenly don't hear myself speaking. Because I have to, like, look at OBS and look at the bars, which is tiny. How did you know? I got you? See, the problem is, if it disconnects, chat will disconnect. If it's an internet thing. So you don't got me. That's kind of a loaded question. How do we know anything? I mean, it's not like we have lots of faces to remember here. You know me too, right? So, about that. I'll call your phone. Speaking of, I think it's heating, so I gotta take it off the charger. Sorry. Really? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's not that I don't care to remember anyone's names. I just don't know where other people get them from. And they say that in tiny cities like this, everyone knows each other, but that's just not true. We learn about the people outside of our immediate circle through gossip or common friends. But I haven't made any new ones since the days Tosa left. And gossip... sure, sometimes I overhear my classmates chatting about this and that. But I don't like listening to them, and I don't like their voices, so I try not to pay them too much attention. Wait, when I put it like that, it kinda does sound like my fault. My point is, when people regurgitate that idea of everyone knows everyone, the word everyone doesn't include me. The name's Marina. Oh, well, let me drink some water. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. You got something to share about Ira? How did you know? What do you mean, how? We had an announcement, same as you. They told us to report to the teachers and all. Ah. I see. For some reason, I thought they only broke the news to us, Ira's classmates. But it makes sense that they at least give the upperclassmen a heads up, just in case they happen to know her. Which means... you also know something about Ira? Yep. Ah. That's great. So you talked to the teachers already? Sure did. Wow. And what did you tell them? Tis. That's between me and the investigation. You can't just spout info like that out in the open, Asya. The wall's got ears. Oh. I understand. Sorry. Okay, well, you don't have to apologize. Crap. Hello, Kai. Welcome in. Thanks for your daily check-in. I'm making an awful first impression. Not only did I not know her name like I was supposed to, but now I look like I don't know the first thing about vigilance. Who am I kidding? I really don't. I'll just go in then. Marina suddenly blocks my path. Aha, no you won't. Thanks for your daily check-in, bro. I'm sorry? You're not telling them anything. She gestures with her fingers to the tact of each syllable. Why? Because... a bad feeling stirs up in my chest. Please, don't tell me it's gonna be the same thing as my classmates. Is this because I acted rude? I didn't mean to. Well, I never mean to. I just can't help it, can I? We just met, and I've already managed to mess everything up. Damn it. I desperately search her face for signs of mockery. But weirdly, I can't find any. I've been waiting for you. Huh? Surprised? Of course I am. No, wait. This has to be some stupid ruse. I'm gonna believe this girl and then she'll just laugh in my face about it. I'm serious. Ira told me about you. Really? Yeah. Oh gosh. They talked about me? Wow. I'm shocked Marina is being as friendly as she is, considering the kind of description Ira could give. Wait. Does this mean she's a friend of Ira's? For some reason, I never thought about her having any. At least, not at school. That was totally presumptuous of me. I wonder what Ira is like when she's with friends. I know you saw her yesterday. I figured you'd want to report it, so I ran here as soon as classes ended. I guess it'd be easier to catch you between lessons, but... I got so caught up in all of those stupid rumors. It kinda slipped my mind. She knows? But hey, what matters is that it all worked out. So why are you stopping me? Aha! Well... Marina looks around the empty corridor before lowering her voice. If you tell them about yesterday, you'll make everything worse. Huh? Let's not talk about this in front of the office, okay? Come on, let's go. She takes a step back and beckons me with her hand. I'm not sure what she has in mind, but it doesn't seem like a prank. Still... Wait. I know Ira's probably fine, but... Isn't it better to play it safe? The faster we share all we know with everyone, the... Quiet, you! I just said that we shouldn't talk about this stuff where the adults can hear. Wah! Marina grabs my hand and starts dragging me down the corridor. She's not exactly being quiet either. All of my stumbled protests sound so weak, they might as well be white noise to the other girl. Yeah, I spent half the day doubting whether I should report at all. So what? I carefully examined my options and came to my own conclusion. I deserve to see it through. I deserve to testify. But some part of me is relieved that the ultimate choice was made for me. I mean, that silly gut feeling I thought I overcame with reason has come out on top. So there was something to it in the end. So I was right. My heart was right. Sure, I can't exactly know that, since I've yet to hear what Marina has to say. But this can't be pure chance, can it? And if it's not, what does it actually hinge on? Did Marina show up because the world needed to stop me for the sake of something more important? Or did Marina show up because I subconsciously wished for something? Or anything to stop me? Whatever it was, I guess I don't mind this after all. I think I'll stick to the grander narrative angle for the time being. The world bending itself to the will of some worthless gnat is a preposterous idea. But it wouldn't be the first time for me, would it? And the fact that the world, for any reason, has decided to guide me towards the right path. That's so endlessly sweet. Down the stairs, to the lobby, to the coat room. I don't resist anymore. Marina drags me along, and I can feel my doubt turning to excitement. This is definitely the right path. This girl knows about Ira. I want to know more about Ira too. The whole wide world wants me to know. And so it begins. End of prologue. Oh, episode 1. Ira. So that was the prologue. Oh, what the hell?
What the hell's your problem?
Everyone is looking from Ira to Garen to the chair that just crashed on the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. I'm guessing Ira threw a chair? Apparently Ira's a hothead. Huh? Ira, the fuck? Is she insane?
Hey, somebody call the teacher.
Ah, this is Ira. Not paying any mind to the commotion that has filled the classroom, Ira storms towards Garen. Her face is contorted with rage. Before he can react, she rips the notepad from his hand and slams it on my desk. I hastily grab onto it. I guess it was your notepad? Oh, I guess it was. Read that again and I'll kick your teeth in. Huh? Are you nuts? Ira doesn't respond. For a second, she just glares at him, then turns around and stomps back to her desk. The classmates who were caught up in a laughing fit just a moment ago are now watching her in silent bewilderment. They scoot out of her way as she retrieves her bag, then heads towards the door.
Crazy bitch!
She ignores him. Ah. Ira, where are you going? Hey! Damn. Ira forcefully pushes past the teacher. Ira! What do you think you're doing? Your parents will hear about this. Her threat falls on deaf ears. Hydrate, thank you. I should not have let this phone die. It takes forever for this phone to turn back on. Everyone knew Ira. She's always been like that. I think. No, not throwing chairs around. Ira had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. I guess they call someone like her a problem child. Her parents got a lot of flack for it. It's only normal in a town like ours. Not just because of its small size, but because of its, well, let's say, exclusivity. Vorkuta? Vorkuta 5 prides itself on its virtually non-existent crime rate. That's the natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. You're lucky to be here, to have a salary higher than the national average, to have access to goods people in the neighboring towns can't even dream of. Few get afforded such a privilege. Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000. So when someone like Ira appears on this tiny society's radar, she's not just seen as a delinquent. She's a puzzling stain on a community that's meant to be spotless. Like a weed that sprouted in a painstakingly maintained flower garden. Right, this is during the USSR time. Of course, it's not as if she had appeared out of thin air. It's all in the family, they say. The blame falls on the people responsible. That is, on Ira's parents. And questions begin to arise. Why is Rachevsky's daughter behaving like this? Is there trouble at home? Do they believe this is acceptable? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? They've been granted so much, yet they can't do the bare minimum in raising their own child. Do they really want to be here? Do we want them to be here? I've heard a lot of talks like that. I've heard more after Ira threw the chair at Garen. I didn't get why. Everyone was just having fun. And it was my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I was hoping to write a little in the library once school was done, but my bag slipped and all the contents scattered on the floor. Of course they would get curious about it. Of course they'd want to read the silly things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I never taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions. Nothing more. If people laugh, well, what's it matter to me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't, but I still wanted to thank Ira somehow. She rarely shows up to school. And even when she does, she can just leave at random. I couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Well, that. And also, because I was really scared. Ira has never as much as looked at me. Even when she lashed out at Garin, it was like I wasn't even there. But 2 weeks after the incident, it finally happened. We crossed paths. I went to the bathroom during some lesson. I think it was math. I came in through the door. And there she was, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. I didn't even know she was at school. Oh. Hi. Ira shot me a disinterested look. Hi. I awkwardly scuttled past her to one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business. So I just sat there, thinking about how I should approach her. It's not like I had some long conversation or formalities in mind. I just wanted to say thanks. In theory, it should have been easy. But wouldn't that make me look like a weirdo too? I mean, I think it's too late for that. Assuming she did all of that for me, that would just make me look self-centered. I had no idea how much time had passed while I was in the stall. Maybe 5 minutes. Maybe 20 seconds. But when I heard what sounded like her getting off the windowsill, I swung open the door. Wait! Huh? I froze up. But she stood next to the window, bag in hand. The cold draft wafted through her hair. I had to say something. I got this rare chance. The world gave me this rare chance to tell her what I wanted. But what am I supposed to say? Thank you? After I just tumbled out of a toilet stall? What? She raised an eyebrow. I just stood there with my mouth helplessly open, as if I'd just gone mute, as if every word in the Russian dictionary got wiped from my brain. Whatever. No, wait! Please! I took a step towards her and she jolted away like I were a leper. I didn't know what I should say or ask. I just knew I had to say something, even if it was the first thing that popped to mind. What? What the hell do you want? Isn't it cold? Huh? The windowsill. When you sat smoking there, right by the window, I thought, weren't you cold like that? Eh? She blinks. Not really. Maybe a little. Ah. Thought so. Anything else? No? I mean, yes. I'm sorry that you got in trouble. Huh? Well, I figured I heard you got into a lot of trouble after that. You know, when Garin read my stupid poetry. I'm sorry for that. She eyed me for several seconds, which to me felt like an eternity. She then sighed and slowly flipped her hair back. And why are you apologizing? That had nothing to do with you. Huh? Well, I guess not. His voice was getting on my nerves. I see. I looked down at the tiled floor. I knew that was the case, of course. It's not like I was hoping Ira jumped in to defend my honor, or anything of the sort. I wanted to thank her regardless of intent, but no matter how hard I thought and tried to word it, everything just came out sounding awkward or wrong. Why does this always happen? The soles of her boots squeaked against the floor. She spun around and walked towards the door, and this time, I made no attempt to stop her. Your poetry isn't stupid. Huh? Oh. I stood there, dumbfounded. Did she just say that? Did I hear it right? Your poetry isn't stupid. Does that mean she likes it? Ira likes my poetry? Ira Grabchevskaya? The bell rang and snapped me out of my short-term stupor. I shook my head. Right, I needed to get back to the classroom. I doubted Ira was going to be at the next lesson. I washed my hands from nothing in particular. Weeks passed. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk. And then, when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Huh? My notebook. I just left to go get a snack from the cafeteria. I'm headed out. Been a great stream. Good night. Good luck, brother. Thank you. Have a good one. Where did it go? Oh, Shubina. We borrowed your homework for a second. You don't mind, right? It's fine. Thanks. By the way, is this supposed to be you? He lifts a scrap of paper up to me. Oh no. I forgot I left it in there. No. It's just a drawing. Yeah? You sure? It really looks like you if you were pretty. She is pretty though. It's not me. Haha. Whatever you say. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. They're not joking with you. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, "None of your business," if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I started doing it when I was just walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. It's embarrassing to think about it now. But... Ira. She just walks past me in the corridor. Not even a nod. Not even a look in my direction. I guess I don't exactly stand out in a crowd, but... No, it's my fault for mumbling. I should have spoken louder. Even though it took all my courage just to master that much. Even though I definitely think she should have heard it. Hey, Vadim. What? Remember when I gave you 50 kopecks? Can I have it back? Huh? 50 kopecks? When was that again? Last Friday.
Jesus. You remember things like that?
Can I have it back?
Man, I don't even remember taking it. You sure you're not making this up? Maybe you gave it to someone else.
Alright, asswipe. No, it was you.
Jeez. I don't freaking know. It's half a ruble, Shubina. Who gives a shit? Yeah, why do you care so much? So petty. You probably just lost it or something.
My eyes kept snapping to the doorway. It's empty, of course. What am I waiting for? Even if she showed up, what would she do? Mug him in front of everyone? That would be really funny. Hey, stop thinking that. Maybe he really did forget. He's trying to gaslight you. Who knows? I really shouldn't be upset. It's not that much. It's your money. It's not okay. You could go grocery shopping with that, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not exactly starving. Lately, I've been eating too much junk anyways. Yeah, don't rationalize it. Maybe if I eat less of this stuff, my skin will clear up. I mean, that's probably true, but don't... That'd be nice.
Asya, you don't use makeup at all, right?
No, I don't. We're not allowed to, though.
What are you saying?
They allowed it last year. You're trying to get us in trouble. Really?
Nobody's gonna send you home for it. Haha.
Oh. That's good, I guess. These girls rarely talk to me. They're usually pretty nice, though. Are you saying classmate A was a girl? Last time classmate A was, Igor. See, that's why I'm just giving them random voices sometimes. Now I'm trying to be consistent with what voice A and B and C have, but I might still be random here and there. Because it seems like they're not always the same classmate A and B. At least when they're not joking along with the guys. I think one of them likes Vadim. She laughs a lot whenever he says anything to me. Or maybe she's just talking about the other classmates. I don't know. I suppose we have very different senses of humor. But you never tried it before, yeah? Actually, no, it is these two. Because they're talking to her about makeup. Makeup? No, never.
Seriously?
You're like 15 already. I'm just gonna keep this same voices. 14.
Same thing. You gotta learn to do it at some point. Especially with that complexion.
Well, I'm not really...
Hey, how about we help you out?
Eh?
Yeah. Just some light makeup. You'll see what it's like.
I don't know.
Come on, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, you're gonna love it.
Alright. But...
Yay! Come here then.
Yeah, they're trying to get us in trouble. I don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. Oh, no, they definitely do. They most certainly do. There are definitely people like that. Nobody wakes up in the morning with the goal to make somebody feel bad. Actually, some do. Those people do actually exist. Those are a smaller sort than just doing unpleasant things on purpose in the moment. But they do exist. I really believe that. If someone is doing something hurtful, they don't fully understand it. So I shouldn't wish bad things on people who don't really know that they're being mean. I shouldn't wish for Ira to appear and interrupt them, or to scream at them, or punish them, or... This is some serious coping mechanism. Or anything. I guess I can understand her, though. I can relate in some ways. I can still hear everyone laughing as I run out to the corridor. I'm covering my face. I don't need any teacher seeing me like that. At least the toilet's close, so I can wash this mess off quickly. Ugh. I should stop falling for these pranks, but... Did we bump into Ira? Hopefully it wasn't the teacher. Ah. Sorry. I lift my face up without thinking. Oh no. Oh god, is it a teacher? Oh, okay, good, it's Ira. The hell? Ira jerks away from me. I can't blame her. I guess I must look like an insane person. Yeah, I look awful. God. I can't handle her looking at me like that. I'm sorry. Huh? I run past her. Run, run, run. I just need to get to the restroom. I just need to wash it off. After about a month, reality had dawned on me. I kept telling myself that Ira's actions had nothing to do with me. She told me that much, and in no uncertain terms. She said that, and I kept repeating it again and again and again and again. But I didn't believe it. On some level, I still held on to the faint hope that Ira pitied me, that she cared about me for God knows what reason. No, really, what was the reason? Her lashing out at a classmate she found annoying, one who just so happened to make fun of me. Her not joining in? Her telling me she liked my writings. She didn't even say that much. She said they weren't stupid. Oi. 3 coins clink against my desk. 20. 20. 10. He actually returned it? So he remembered. There. Thanks for the unforgettable night. Oh god, you... Everyone around erupts in snickers. Hey, you're a cheap deal. You free later? Yeah, ha ha! Very funny. Oh please, Shubina. Get a sense of humor. Your face is dragging down the class morale. Ah, that's right. You're doing us all a disservice. Think of your classmates for once. I let myself believe something would change. I thought about it as if I deserved it. As if I didn't have it good enough before. As if my life had any real problems. I was just being greedy, plain and simple. Getting my hopes up over some silly coincidence. It's all so stupid. I can't help but laugh. But that's okay. I know better now. I was being ridiculous. It's shameful to admit to, but, better late than never, right? I got a little too caught up in my own little world. And hey, even if they didn't amount to anything, I can still appreciate those little encounters with Ira for what they were. Brief, but wonderful moments. I could reminisce fondly about the one time I lucked out and saw Garen all scared and confused. Or that one time somebody gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. I could do that, because everyone does that. Everyone has those little things that they look back on with a smile. It's beautiful in its own way, is it not? Our whole lives are a series of episodes, both good and bad. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story, because each moment has a lot of merit on its own. It's something I should learn to be content with. It's something I've been perfectly content with until now. Okay, on some level I relate to this. Until I decided that what I had wasn't enough. Speaking objectively, what is there to complain about? No, seriously. I live in the prettiest part of our vast country. I have a comfortable roof over my head and even my own room. I have 2 living parents. I have wonderful hobbies to enjoy. Paper to write on, books to read, TV to watch. I buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with school. I have good grades, and teachers tell me I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am. I help them with their studies when they ask me to. When they command you to. That's right.
I've got classmates that I can always talk to. Guys I can laugh along with. Even if their jokes don't always land. Even if my sense of humor isn't the best. All of this, I have all of this. Right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. So, why did I act as if that wasn't enough? Oh. What? I didn't get to read that. You idiot. What? Why the hell do you always go along with some bullshit? I'm so... Ira looks like she's gonna slap me, but instead swings her boots against a snow hill. She then turns to me and starts roughly swiping clumps of snow stuck to my coat. My whole body feels slightly numb. When I start to speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. Ira... How did you know I was here? Doesn't matter. I heard that asshole Garin giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah. I clumsily get up. My limbs feel rigid. I know you shouldn't sit on concrete when it's cold. I wouldn't normally. But there was nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance, and my legs were starting to get tired. I half-heartedly shake the snow off my skirt and tights. The flakes fall gently on the ground below. I look at Ira. Her face is... Huh? The word concern flashed in my head, but I've already learned I'm no good at judgments like that. I shouldn't be presumptuous. It's a bad habit of mine. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't, but the question escapes before I manage to cut myself short. So why are you here? What do you mean, why? I told you, Garin was bragging about slipping you that stupid letter. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Well, this doesn't have anything to do with you, does it? As soon as I say that out loud, I realize I messed up. I really did. Now she's gonna punch me. Ira's gonna punch me for real. She's gonna punch me and then never speak to me again. I don't even say sorry. I just brace myself for the incoming blow. Physical, verbal, I don't care. I've earned it. No, not really. It doesn't concern me at all. It's just annoying. Is that so? Yeah. He pissed me off. And you pissed me off too. I don't freaking get you. You knew it wasn't real. There's no way you believe that, right? Right? I didn't believe it. I'm not that stupid. I looked down at the moist and crumpled letter I forgot I was still holding. It's the oldest trick in the book. A love letter prank? Really? Who would fall for that? I stare at that shriveled up piece of paper and something about its whole existence feels extremely sad to me. You want to burn it? Huh? I have matches. Oh. No thanks. It's wet anyway. I folded the letter and shoved it into my pocket. It'll get damp inside, but I don't care. I can't throw it away. A fake confession is still a confession in the end. Those words didn't choose to be written insincerely. It's okay. Even if this whole thing isn't real. I met Ira today. Ira came. After all these weeks of praying, Ira came. Thank you. Eh? I smile at her. Even after I said I had come to terms with it. No. Right as I was saying it to you, to myself, to the world, I knew that I was lying. I couldn't throw away that last dumb scrap of hope I had. That small involuntary thought that crept into my mind whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. Even if it took so long, she finally came. I didn't do anything, really. Ah. Flustered. Ira's flustered. Is she flustered? Really? That's cute. That's just so cute. Huh? What's with you? Ah, right. I'm grinning like an idiot. Sorry. I'm fine. Whatever. I'm going home. What? Already? Ira gives me a quick once-over. You... take care. Ah. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. We wave at each other and I watch her disappear behind the corner. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. It feels like there's still so much I want to say to her. I don't know what or why, but I just know that it's a lot. Here, let me drink some water. I turn and walk a couple steps in the direction of my home. No. Change my mind. I run back. Crap. My legs are still so stiff. I turned the same corner Ira passed not even a minute ago. And... she's already gone. I sigh. The snow here isn't deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I'd be desperate enough to follow. Ha. Why does she always leave in such a rush? It's okay. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library, or for a walk, and then, when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, "None of your business," if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets killing time. You're repeating all this already. You weren't kidding when you say your life repeats day after day. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. And as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Again and again. Walking and walking, praying and praying. Okay, I think this is a bit different. Oh, there she is. I guess that's why it's different. Do you assholes ever shut up? Huh? Ugh, this bitch. Nobody saw Ira enter the class. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. Ah. And she caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen Dare if I knew she'd see me like that. Though, choosing truth when playing with these guys, I'm not sure what's worse. Oh well. I'm saying all this, but I got what was coming to me. I chose to embarrass myself. And as I did so, I kept begging, wishing as hard as I could for Ira to appear. And so she did. And now, despite the overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. Ira walks to her desk, barely paying me a passing glance. All the boys skirt out of her way. Only Garin doesn't. Move. Nah. What's the rush? Come play with us too. Huh? Dude, are you serious? Come on. Have some fun for a change. Look, Shubina's having fun. Right, Shubina? Please, don't look. Yes? See? Ira doesn't flinch. Out of my way! Or what? Gonna throw a chair at me? You know she'll do it, right? To everyone's surprise, Ira calmly puts her bag on the nearest desk. She starts digging through it without saying a word. Is she pulling out some brass knuckles? Garin lets out an awkward chuckle. What? Got a grenade in there or something? She looks at him. Oh! What'd you do? Whoa! Garin jumps back, bumping into another student. What the fuck? Everyone shifts away. What was that? Huh? What the hell? You... Something silvery shines in Ira's hand. It's... a bow compass. Is that... Huh. You serious? She doesn't say anything. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn into jeers. Psycho, nutcase, crazy bitch. Ira lowers the compass and makes her way to her desk, looking unbothered. Ah, it's just like last time. Ira saves me without acknowledging my existence. Maybe some onlookers. No, most people will think she didn't plan on helping me at all. And that's what I'm inclined to think as well. Yet, my unreasonable heart is still elated. And I'm getting some really silly thoughts. The 2 times when Ira lashed out at Garin were the 2 times she saw him laughing at my expense. That can't be a coincidence, right? Of course it can. It was only 2 times. 2 times, and weeks apart. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. Yes, I guess you're right. It's the only logical terrain of thought. I should agree. I would agree. If only. I didn't do anything, really. Well, yeah, that's what she said. If only Ira didn't show up that day. It's been 2 weeks since then, and I haven't stopped replaying that moment in my mind. Over and over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad about Ira ignoring me at school or anywhere anymore. Because in that moment, I got all the justification I could ask for. It was everything that I could have hoped for. But I'm still a very greedy person. It's still not good enough. I still keep looking for her when I'm out. It's almost ridiculous how hard it can be to catch a person in a town this small. So at some point, I started to wonder. I saw my classmates regularly just out and about, strolling along the main street, at the courtyards, at the community center, at the store, or the cafe. They weren't hard to run into. But it was as if Ira spent all of her free time at home. Which could be the case, but didn't sound like something she would do.
From what I heard and could assume, she didn't have the best relationship with her parents. Spending hours on end in a home like that, every day. No, I really doubt that. I mean, if they refuse to let her go out, it's possible. The other, more probable option was that she preferred the outskirts. Maybe she didn't want to be bothered. That sounded like her. Well, despite that being highly likely, I was hoping to do just that. Bother the heck out of her. Haha. I felt almost brave about it. Ira could totally get pissed. She could push me away. She could even attack me. Hello, Shoujo. Welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. Whoa. But for some reason, I really didn't think she would. Thank you for your daily check-in, Shoujo. Hello, hello. I guess it makes sense. She probably would be on the outskirts. It would be like somewhere out of the way that people don't go. That could be trouble. Ah. My breath halted. Did you find her? You found her. Oh. Hey. Hi. The vents near the Research Institute expel hot air. Nobody really goes here, aside from the staff coming out for a smoke. I never ran into any, but the ground here is littered with cigarette butts, so that's a safe bet in my book. Why is Ira here of all places? I mean, if it blows out hot air out here in the snow, I'd probably come here then. Plus, she's a smoker, so I guess if she wanted to get away with smoking, she'd come here. Even though she is doing it at school, she would definitely come here to smoke. Everyone would just think it's just the guys who work here. Again? Hmm? How many times can you buy into stupid pranks? What do you mean? No, Are we gonna say yes and use that as our excuse? They seriously sent you all the way here? What? No. I didn't get any letters after that. I'm just taking a stroll. A stroll? Here? Yes? Okay. Ira gives me an incredulous look. Do you, like, smoke? No, I don't. Why? It's a smoking area. Ah. Yes. I know that. You want to try then? What? Don't do it. Smoking? Mm-hmm. No, thank you. Okay. She shrugs. Ugh. Awkward start. I can't let it end here. I need to just... And what about you, Ira? What about me? Why are you here? Were you at the Institute? Yeah. Something like that. Something like that? My mom works here. She forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh. Oh. You bring her lunch? That's what I said. That's so sweet. Eh? I mean... It's really nice you look out for your mom. It's whatever. It's not. I know it's not. With all I've heard about her family, the fact that she still goes out of her way like that, it's really amazing. The thought of doing something like that for my parents has never crossed my mind. I mean, if I were told to deliver something, I would. But Ira's different. She wouldn't do something just because she was ordered to. She'd have to really care about it. Crap. That proves it. Ira and I weren't cut from the same cloth. When I spend my days looking for excuses to stave off the minute I have to come home, Ira's cooking, packing lunch, and carrying it to the edge of town. Well, you don't know that she cooked it. That goes against everything I've heard. But it makes so much sense. That's why I've never seen her on the street. That's why she doesn't have the time to sit at the cafe. That's why she doesn't idle away at the community center. That's why she's such a caring person. That's why I'm such a piece of trash. Okay. No. She only said her mom forgets her lunch sometimes. Lunches are prepared in advance. It doesn't take long to get to the institute, even if you walk from the other side of town. Yes, that's true. She'd still have plenty of spare time. This doesn't work. This explanation doesn't work. Ira walks back into the building. Is it the man? Do I really need an explanation? It's none of my business. I'm not so delusional as to believe we're close enough to share something like that. That'd be nice, but it's not how things work. Things work like this. When Ira's in the room, Garin doesn't talk to me as much. When she isn't, I wish she would be.
Your friend's not here today.
Who?
Who do you think?
Oh. She's not really my friend.
You're Pitbull, then.
Pitbull?
Ha 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 ha! Hey, that's spot on. You can't make a harmless joke around that chick without her throwing a conniption fit. It's annoying as shit.
They think we're friends? Well, not really. But looks like they picked up on it. On Ira reacting like that to me, being used as a laughingstock. So it wasn't just me. It's not just my wishful thinking? That's nice to hear. Even if I still don't know for sure. It's the most comforting thing I've heard out of Garin's mouth to date.
At least she barely shows up.
Yeah, they'll probably kick her out before New Year's with that attendance record.
Good riddance.
That's right. Ira can't possibly be meeting the minimal attendance requirements. I don't know about her grades, but...
Wait, I don't think they can expel her.
Huh? Why not?
We're the only school in town. Where else is she gonna go?
Ah, damn. Good point. Phew.
Well, her parents can just send her away.
You mean to another town?
Yeah. To a relative or something.
What? No.
Oh man, now that you say that. Everyone, pretend to be surprised when that happens. Ha ha!
No. No, 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 no. I hate how they're right. I hate that I can see that happening. Everyone talks about it. How Ira's a nuisance to her household. It's been like that for a long time. But still, She forgets her lunch sometimes. Ah! That can't happen! No! It can't! It's not fair! It's not fair! They can't send her away! She can't go. She's so nice. She cares. She does. Maybe not for me, but for her family. Why would they send her away? That's just too cruel. They can't do that. If they do, then it'll be all over. If they do, then I won't... We just started. I don't know what. I can't even call it talking. I don't know what it is, but that doesn't matter. Even if she just tolerates me, even if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't care. This can't happen. This physically cannot happen. I raise my head and look out through the window. The snow is falling lightly on the yard. The dark pine branches sway under its weight. The long gray clouds glide placidly across the tundra, far past the fences, past the mountain ridge, so far away that I can't picture it. So far away that my mind circles twice around the earth and comes back to the spot I'm sitting in. This world is way too gentle. I think you're too gentle. It's been too kind to an ungrateful brat like me. So if I've earned this world's good graces, why can't a person so much more deserving do the same? What does a person like that have to do? And is there anything that I can do? Well, there's plenty you can do. A bird flies past the window. Again? It even mentioned this in the Steam page. Something about a bird flying past the window, and now it's been mentioned twice. Ira. What? I'm really using up all of my luck these days. Ira sits smoking in the girl's bathroom, just like she did when I first talked to her. Some snowflakes blow into the room and stick in her hair. It's gotten colder. Maybe you shouldn't sit so close. I know you don't like going to class as much, but you can really get kicked out like that. Is that why you came here? To tell me that? I know that. I'm not stupid. I don't think you are. Do you just really not care? Everyone says that you'll get sent away. That your parents will send you to live with a relative. Is that true? Probably, yeah. Good. Of course it's true. I knew it was true when I asked the question. Maybe if you just cleaned up? If you stop skipping now, then maybe you won't have to go. And if you're having a hard time with studies, I can help. We could go to the library or something, and then there's 1 month left. It's not gonna work. I get it. My voice is shaking. It's better if I keep staring at my shoes. It's okay. That's about what I expected. Of course I knew it's pointless to cram at this point. It was just an excuse. A selfish ploy to get some scraps of Ira's time before she goes. I wonder, did I do the same when Tosia moved away? It's only been 3 years, but now that I think back to it, it's all so hazy. Actually, what are the buttons? Settings. Do I have controls? Yes, I've been using those. Navigate the interface, escape, control, let's not press that. Toggle dialog, shows log, okay. Here we go, H. So I want to press H. I can also take a screenshot, but I want H. Assistant self-voicing? Is that like AI? Wait, hang on.
Self-voicing enabled.
Yeah, okay, stop. Interesting.
Self-voicing disabled.
Alright, so H. Okay, good to know. I might use this, so let's save. Okay, quick save. Oh wait, no, not quick, sorry. Actual save. Let me, actual save, please. There we go. Might use that. I was a very different person then, I'm sure. At least, I probably didn't humiliate myself like this. Hey.
Thanks. Uh, ah. No, I didn't do anything. It was a dumb suggestion. It was nice of you. Nice. Right. She doesn't know. She thinks I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's just not fair. She really is too good of a person. Are you not going to the toilet? Oh. Actually, since you're here, have you seen anyone hiding a diary nearby? Diary? Yes. You know, the one we use for classes. Maybe you've seen something like that lying around? Ira's expression darkens. Don't worry. We were just playing a game. I guess the guys got a little carried away. I've checked the whole class in the corridors. It's probably somewhere really obvious, but I'm just no good at that kind of stuff. When I hid Igor's pencil case, they found it right away. She throws a cigarette butt out of the window and hops off the windowsill. Without saying a word, Ira storms past me, but I grab onto the edge of her dress just as she's about to leave. Wait. I said it's fine. We were playing a game. Really. Please, don't get into more trouble because of me. I wasn't going to. Huh? I have an idea where it is. It was Garin, right? No, Shurikov. Same difference. She walks out to the corridor. I tag behind. I'm not sure what place Ira has in mind, but it becomes immediately clear when she makes a sharp turn to the right. Wait, serious? She swings open the door to the boys' restroom and loudly marches in. Of course. Gah! Some poor guy tumbles out, almost colliding with me. Ah! Sorry! We're sorry! He turns and shakes his head at me in disbelief. I mean, what's there to say? I follow Ira to the bathroom. Ugh, the smell is so much worse than this one. Really? Apparently, I keep hearing about it being the other way around, and at work, that's very much the case. I don't know why, but I look around and see Ira's hand reaching above one of the stalls. Ah, there it is. My diary. Right by the tiny window at the top. Ira steps on the toilet bowl. But please, be careful. I'm fine. She grabs onto the flush tank secured way above. Then, using it as an anchor, she reaches for the windowsill. Catch. I clasp the diary in my hands. It's really been here all along. I look up at Ira, who's now awkwardly trying to get down. Wow. Thank you. Yeah. Wah! Did you just fall on us? Ira almost loses her balance, but jumps just in time. The bowl makes a loud clang as she hops off. Whoa. Are you okay? Yeah. Let's get out of here. You think it's broken? Don't know. I didn't see anything. Huh? But why would I be in a men's toilet? Gross. Ah. I see. Let me drink some water. Thank you again. How did you know it would be in the boys' bathroom? You think Shurik would go into the ladies' room? No. I actually...
I suspected they put it there. I just didn't have the courage to enter. You can't keep doing this. I know. I should have checked there from the start. Instead of running around the whole school like a... No. You can't keep going along with it. It was just a game. It wasn't. No, really. We were just playing around. Bullshit. You know damn well what they're doing. They're not your friends. I never said they were. Then why don't you tell them to piss off? For once in your life. They would probably get physical. We're not strong like you. I can't. You like being a victim that much? You. It won't get any better if you keep doing this. It'll only get worse. I promise you, the way that they act, I think if she stood up to them, they would just play physical, harmful pranks on her. It would get worse. She needs to be like you for it to not get worse. It's not that bad. And I wouldn't. I can't. I can't just say something like that to them. I'm sorry. Why the hell not? Well, it wouldn't be right, and for the love of... It's not like I never tried it before. But when I say something, they just make fun of me. And nothing changes. So freaking what? Who cares what they say? Just don't bother with them. I'm not like you. I can't just do that. I can't act like I don't care when everybody's laughing. I can't look people in the eye like that. And when I go along with it, at least they talk to me. And I know you're okay on your own, but So what's your plan? Huh? That's it? You're gonna spend the next 3 years like that? Seriously. She exhales sharply. I don't know why I circled with that. She doesn't even look annoyed anymore. I get that. I'm also disappointed in myself. Asya. Yes? You know I'm leaving soon. That's right. I understand what she's getting at. The unspoken rule Garin and his friends have been sticking to, holding themselves back when Ira's around. The real cowardly reason I'm so terrified of her going away. I don't know what to do. Why can't I stop? The hand she's been dealt is much worse than mine. But here I am, whining and clinging to her like a leech. I should be the one helping. I should be the one telling Ira to get her act together. And yet, I can't think of a single thing to give her. Write me a poem. Huh? A poem. Why? What kind of question is that? Because I like them. Oh. Really? You like them? You like my poems? Why else would I ask? Ah, that's... Thank you very much. I mean... yes, of course.
I'll write one. Do you want it to be about something or maybe in a specific meter? I don't care. Anything. All right. I'll think of something then. I'll try. Yeah. You do that. Myra checks her wristwatch. I gotta go. See you around, I guess. Already? Ah. Yeah. Alright. See you around. She waves her hand and leaves. I watch her walking down the empty corridor. Empty. I've really stayed in school for way too long. The shadows stretch along the hallway, tall and dark. My heart is pounding. I should get going too. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk, and then, when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes. She vanished during breaks. I never asked where to. I kept imagining scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. And as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Ah. Oh. Ira. Hi. What are you doing here? Ira points to her cigarette. Oh, no. I mean, what are you doing at the center? Came to return some books. Oh. So you go to the library. What were you reading? Stuff. You don't want to say? You won't like it. Huh? Why not? Myra looks like she's really weighing down the pros and cons of exposing me to her taste in literature. Did she read something she shouldn't? Maybe she thinks it's too dark or crass for someone like me. That's kind of unfair though, isn't it? You know, the other week I finished The Plague by Camus. Never read it. It's about a physician trying to save a town from an epidemic. It's very visceral, but I enjoyed it a lot. Not sure I agree with the message, though. Yeah? What was it? It was, basically, it's that evil's an inherent part of life. You can try warding it off, but it'll never be for good. And even if you do good things in times of crisis, there will always be some greater force spiking your guns. Yeah, sounds about right. Unfortunately, I have to agree. Huh? I guess there are some okay people in the world. But there's a lot more dirtbags. Really? That's a pretty depressing way to look at it. I mean, facts are facts. Sometimes facts can be depressing. That's how it is.
I don't know if I agree. At least, I've never met someone I'd call a dirtbag. You serious? Garen's right there. Garen? Well, he's not that bad. Uh-huh. Really, I don't think he means it. I'm sure everyone's just trying the best they can. Most people wouldn't want to cause anyone pain, right? Well, you just use the word most instead of everyone, or all people. I actually, I think that's something Camus and I can agree on. Yeah, right. If everyone's so nice, where is all that greater evil coming from? You think it's some natural phenomenon? No, of course not. There are things we perceive as painful in the moment, and there are really horrible, awful things happening every day. But I don't think it's right to call them evil. Evil's intentional. Those things don't come from bad intentions. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear, but not evil. There was this famous judge, Dionysius something, from ancient Greece, I think. Anyway, he said evil is not a being, for if it were, it wouldn't be totally evil. Evil has no place among being. Okay. So Hitler's not evil? Eh? That's a rather extreme example. I mean, it feels like you're almost thinking like evil, like comic book or religious idea of evil. Sure. That's not really a thing, but the evil of just the bad things of harm and negativity definitely exists. It just depends on what you want to define as evil. I would go with that kind of thing being evil. Like a serial killer is definitely evil. Not like religious evil or superhero evil, but just that's definitely evil. Like it's not a good thing, it's a bad thing. Feels like she's going a bit extreme with it. Asya. But it's not like he was born that way, was he? Maybe. I mean, they're still studying the brains. Who can say? I mean, there are some people that are... There's a balance of, like, nature and nurture. There are some people not born with a whole lot of nature that will be raised more by nurture. And there are some people who are more nature than... who have a lot of nature to them and won't be affected much by nurture. So, like, there are families out there that were great parents, raised their kid well, only for that kid to turn out to be an absolute psychopath, murdering animals and whatnot. Despite being good parents who gave them the world as best as they could. That would be nature. Scary? Yes. Oh, Zuki, welcome in. Well, you came in the right time, didn't you? Hi, Zuki. I feel like... I'm not evil, but I feel like I was more nature than nurture. I feel like my reserved nature was definitely strong when I was born. When I get told a lot by my parents about how in the hospital as a baby, I rarely cried. And the nurses made note of that a lot, told them that a lot. I was very quiet. A quiet, reserved nature. And despite how I was raised, that stayed true. Because how I was raised, I could have... I mean, there are people who either become... monsters, or who just become completely locked up in themselves. Oh no, I mean... Well, I guess I'll just say it directly. I did not have a good childhood. I had an abusive drunk parent. And the other parent didn't handle it too well, so... And that's the kind of thing that can make a person bad or make them just lose all hope and everything. And yet, it seems like my nature stayed true to itself. So I wasn't affected too much by nurture. So it's like things like that. Some people will be affected by nurture more than what nature they were born with, and some have more nature. So, yes, I am also glad. I've always been laid back and easygoing, despite what I've been through. It's because she brought up the Hitler example about whether he was born like this, and it's like, maybe he was born like this, nature-wise, or maybe he was nurtured into it. Who can say? I'm just saying that I do believe that some people are born with some strong personality traits that will eventually show, and others are affected more by nurture. That's just what I'm trying to say. Like, I do believe in that kind of thing. Some people are nature or nurture, and it's actually mostly both. I mean, yeah, I said it's a balance. I'm just saying which one is usually stronger. Although there are people that it's probably more equal. I mean, it's not like I didn't gain anything from any nurture. Plus, you're nurtured by all kinds of things. Your environments, maybe the media you consume, the other people in your life, friends, teachers. It wasn't his natural quality, I don't think. So, the point still stands. Well, she has a good point. Even if he wasn't born that way, he eventually became that way, didn't he? He grew up and became evil as hell. Evil exists. It's freaking everywhere. Just because there's a reason for it doesn't make it better. Of course not. I just don't like when it's described as something omnipresent. Okay, I agree with that. See, that's what I thought she was thinking of it as, and I agree with that. What? It's like... It doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, we aren't born with some big evil force inside us. I doubt the universe is any different. This game seems complicated. It's got a character that's, I guess, a little philosophical. And it's a straightforward story. We're on rails right now. It's just a pure visual novel that only has one ending. And it should be about 7 to 8 hours. So I'm just enjoying the story so far. Getting to know the characters. But yeah, our character definitely questions a lot of things and is trying to think about the universe and stuff. What? The universe ain't a person. Of course it's different. Well, yes, it's not. I know that. But it is kind of a being, right? I mean, since every being is pure by default, so is the universe. Life and everything is not like a good side versus bad side, it's more... Yeah, I mean, yeah. Of course. When you get into petty human squabbles, it can become a little bit like that somewhat. Depending. I mean, it can still be complicated depending, but... Usually a lot of the petty squabbles are just kind of... Well, it's our side versus your side. Yeah, it's a visual novel. But mean, usually if it's good side versus bad side, it has to be like serial killer or something. Anything else is usually a little more complicated than that. Because it's the idea of being itself, right? And, I'm not making any sense, am I? You're not. Sorry. It's whatever. About what I'd expect. What does that mean? You're weird. You say weird things. Ah. For a second, I feel a lump rising in my throat. But then I realize something. Ira doesn't look annoyed with me. In fact, it's like she's not repulsed by me at all. I don't really get it, but it must be nice being able to think that way. Our side versus your side. It's just a way people try to justify or make things easier to digest or understand. Because the complexity makes it hard for people to understand. Yeah, that is true. That's why the superhero stories go very simple with the actual good versus evil. Which is not the worst thing. As long as you can separate fiction from reality. Usually stories like that are a starting point to start digesting and then go from there. Like everyone's good deep down. Like nobody would ever hurt someone on purpose. That's a sweet world you're living in. How do you do it? If I were you, I'd be angry as hell. Aren't you pretty angry already? No, you're good, Zuki. It's all good. I feel like I'm not... I've just been... stories like this, I always just end up just simply voice acting, and I don't say much. I just get carried away with just continuously reading, and I don't react to them. I did that with Steins Gate a little bit. I tried to react a little bit here and there. Here, I haven't been reacting a whole lot. So you getting me to talk about that's fine. I appreciate it. Reading is nice. Angrier. Whoa. Even angrier? Yes. I'd be 100 times as pissed. Scary. You bet. I imagine Ira throwing 100 chairs. Yeah, she's a bit of a hothead, and she threw a chair earlier. At a bully, at one of the bullies. 100 chairs flying towards 100 Garens. Chairs flying, bow compasses swinging. Ira's like a... I'm not gonna butcher that word. Dozens of hands. Half are for holding furniture. Half are for stationery. I'm pretty sure I know what they're talking about, though. What they're referencing. Ira needs a therapist to talk to? Kind of, yeah. Oh, by the way, this is during the USSR, so it's in Russia. A halo of chairs and compasses. A halo drawn with a compass. Every new compass draws another halo. 100 times more compasses. 100 times more halos. Ira surrounded by 100 halos. We talk for a little while longer. Just idle chatter while she finishes her smoke. I tell her about some of the books I've recently read. My impressions, my interpretations. I'm not exactly used to sharing those, so my thoughts come out sounding dumb and crumpled. Yeah, I don't know too much aside from what I learned way back in school, and even then, that was decades ago. She keeps listening, though. Every time I say something, I search Ira's face for signs of boredom. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I can't find anything of the sort. Oh geez. I feel so happy I might die. I gotta go. She puts out her cigarette butt. Oh. Really? Yeah. Plans. Ah. I understand. So yeah, Ira's like a delinquent, but she's like one of those like good-hearted delinquents. She's hot-headed, but she defends the weak from bullies and whatnot, but tries to act like she didn't. That's not what she did it for. That it was just because she got pissed at the bully, because she was simply annoyed. But really, she was just trying to help. But some of those novels sounded kind of interesting. I'll check them out if I don't forget. Really? Please let me know if you do. And, sorry for that stupid philosophy talk. The classic nice heart delinquent, yes. Can you shut up with the freaking apologies? I just said thanks. Ira gives me a look so threatening I cut myself off. Right. I hope you enjoy them? She nods in approval. Phew. Oh, and the books I read. They were, yes? Angelique? Eh? By Anna Golan. And Angelique? The romance series? It's historical. It's not just lovey-dovey stuff, you know? I know. My mom really liked them. They seem wonderful. I never got to reading them, and, I didn't really expect you to be into... They're fine. It's not like I'm a huge fan or anything. Oh, Cashier Zach, welcome in. You're not? It's just that... if you want to read something historical or whatever, they're alright. Okay. I'll remember that. Ira looks like she's about to say something else, but then turns on her heels and stomps away. See you. Yes. See you around. Ira disappears down the street. There she goes again. My body leans against the frigid wall. My legs are weak. We talked. Ira and I really talked. I never would have guessed. It was even nicer than I imagined. And I had no idea. So she likes books like that, huh? Ira likes novels like that. It's so wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. Every new thing I learned about her is more wonderful than the last. I need to meet with her again. I want to talk more. Maybe next time she'll tell me a little more about herself. It kind of feels like I hogged the entire conversation, now that I think back to it. That was really self-centered of me. Next time, I'll have to ask Ira more questions. I'll ask her more about the book she likes. She does. Because she doesn't really have any friends, so, you know, someone being nicer or standing up for her. Her last friend was 3 years ago who moved away, unfortunately. Maybe we could talk about movies. I wonder what her favorites are. Does she also like romance films? That would be cute. I usually prefer detective films. But I really enjoy all kinds of movies. So, if she wanted to watch something, maybe we could even go to the cinema. That could be so much fun. It's been a long time since I've gone there. Hello, Affliction. Welcome in. Thank you for the alert. need to see her again. We're in chapter 1. I'm trying to see if I can get to chapter 2, but I don't know how close I am. I think I may stop soon. She skips even more often than before. No point in keeping up with classes if you're getting expelled anyway. I guess that's Ira's modus operandi. To some degree, I understand it. But I still wish she showed her face from time to time, if only for one lesson. We probably wouldn't talk even if she came. It's not something we ever do in class, so I don't expect anything in that regard. Just seeing the back of her head would be enough.
What's with ya, Shubina?
Huh?
You're all smiles. Finally taking my advice to heart?
What advice?
Not looking like you're about to hang yourself for a change. It's great to see, really.
Yes. It is great.
We're so proud of you. How about brushing your hair next? That grin makes you look like a basket case.
Thanks, Vadim. I'll do that.
You're welcome.
He grabs my English notebook off the table.
Payment for my services.
His friends chuckle along. I couldn't care less about that. Even though she isn't here today. I don't mind. I know we're going to see each other soon. I'm going to do everything to bump into Ira again. I'll walk the whole town up and down, so that we see each other. I'll scour every corner of this place to find her. Perhaps I'm being overly reliant on the universe's kindness. At the end of the day, even if I walk all the possible routes, there's no guarantee I'll run into Ira. But I want to believe. No, I'm convinced the world is merciful. So if I try my hardest, maybe my efforts will be rewarded. Of course, it's an entitled way of thinking. But there's still so little time left. Too little time. I need to make the most of it. I'll make as many memorable moments as I can while Ira's here. I'll make every encounter count. I'll fill this measly scrap of time with wonderful things. So what she's talking about is that Ira has a terrible attendance record. She's not showing up to class all the time, to school. Which means eventually she's going to get expelled. And this being the USSR and this place is a very privileged area that we're living in. There's only one school here. So if she gets kicked out, she's gonna have to be sent away to some other relative. That's what Asa is worried about. Ira, hi. Gah. Oh, Jesus. It's you. She sighs with a mixture of relief and irritation. I barely hold in a giggle. I'm so glad to see her. It worked. It worked. It really worked. I spotted Ira between the rows of garages on the edge of town. She was crouching down by the wooden wall, hugging a thermos with one hand and holding a cigarette in another. What are you doing here? What does it look like? Meditating? Wrong answer? Ira shakes her head and looks back at the ground. Huh. The rush of joy that had washed over me when I first noticed her began to dwindle. Now that I take a closer look, I don't think I've seen Ira curled up in this way before. Everything about her posture screams exhausted. But why out here? Are you okay? She mutters something. Huh? Ean on me. What was that? I didn't quite catch it. I take a tentative step towards her, but Ira's scowl stops me dead in my tracks. Was she saying stop following me? Eh? Oh, spying. You spying on me now? What? No. No. I was just walking here. At a garage lot. Yes? She gives me a look of such contempt. It sends a shiver down my spine. Why? I... I'm not lying. Really. I always take these walks after school. And going the same route gets boring over time, so sometimes I go through here. Or through the barracks. Or a couple times I even went to the helipad. You know, the one that's over there. As I speak, I see Ira's expression slowly change from disdain to confusion. This isn't right. We talked so nicely just a few days prior. Why then? Did she hear something bad about me? No, it's just suspicious that you keep showing up everywhere she goes. From who? I don't think she'd believe a word of Garen's. I mean, I usually stroll along the main street, or near the community center. But it'll get colder soon, you know? So, it's better to enjoy the outdoors while you can, right? I just keep speaking, hoping she'll stop being mad at me. I need to keep going. I need to keep talking, because that's what I wanted to do with her. I wanted to talk, and so I have to, because I can't waste this moment. We can recover from this. I can cheer her up, and we'll clear everything up, and she won't think that I'm some creep. I just can't stand it. I can't bear having her glare at me in silence. And, you know, the views are really great here on the outskirts. The sky is bigger, and you can see way into the tundra, and... what I mean is, I didn't think you'd be here. That's a lie. Well, more of a half-truth. I'd hoped she'd be here, like I'd hoped she'd be wherever I went. It's just that this isn't what I imagined at all. Not after our last meeting. Not after everything. She's just staring at me. For a moment, her eyes soften. Oh, Saucy, welcome in. Thanks for your day check-in. But then she closes them, as if just looking at me was wearing her out. She takes a drag and turns away from me. God. Can't I be alone for 5 minutes? I'm sorry. He doesn't like you saying sorry, though. Oh, yeah. I wait for her to respond with something like, why are you apologizing again? Cut it out. Or even just, whatever. It's fine. But she doesn't say anything. I'm sorry. I'll be going then. Goodbye. Silence. I walk away. Cold wind blows in my face. The mounds of snow on garage roofs look smooth and soft. When blizzards hit, they'll get completely buried. I'd like to have a snow hill form over me, too. They look cozy. Actually, I wonder what Ira carries in her thermos. I guess tea would be the obvious answer, but what if she's one of those people that like to have some warm soup with them? That would be cute. I should have asked her about it. So you're just gonna pretend that didn't happen? Or at least try. I feel like I'm gonna cry.
Hey, you got any plans for New Year's? What plans? I'll be with my folks. No, I mean after that. My sister's going to a party with other upperclassmen. Oh, you serious? Think we could sneak in? No way. I don't want to hang out with her. Man, come on. We're gonna have those older girls there too, right? The ones from grade 10. Oh, I bet Machina will be there. Like she'd talk to you. Hey, you don't know that. I said, we're not crashing anything. They won't let us in anyway. That's true. Tch. Where are we going then? Whose place? Not mine. We've got Grandma coming over. I can't host. You? Me neither. Vadim? No way. Dad's been... He's kinda tired recently. Ah, really? Yeah. It's whatever, though. Work stuff, I guess. I hear ya. My mom's also out of it. All the adults are pretty stressed, huh? Figures. It's the end of the year. Right. It's almost New Year's. It's a shame, but I don't feel festive at all. I'll need to help Mom decorate the house. Should I remind her about that? It feels like all of us kind of forgot about the holidays. At least I did. Well, maybe I didn't really forget. The end of the year has been looming in the back of my mind, but not as a cause for celebration. All I could think about were the days counting down to the moment Ira would move away. Ira. She's absent again. I'm not surprised. I wish I could clear things up with her. I'm not sure how, but I have to. Maybe I should apologize again. What for? Did I really do something so wrong? I guess I've been pretty annoying, but I don't know anymore. I need to think of something that could cheer her up next time we meet. Will more apologies really cut it? Probably not. She'll just get more annoyed. Then, maybe a small gift. That might be weird, though. No, there's no choices. It's a completely on-rail, straightforward game. No choices, just pure visual novel, one ending. We are just experiencing the story. And I won't get any more allowance until next week. What could I even buy with this spare change? Maybe a little treat will do. A waffle? Would she like a waffle? Ah! What the hell? She's not a freaking dog. Why does my mind always go to some weird place with her? Gah. I should just shut up. Focus on something else. Sorry, I tripped on my words there when I said shut up, saying it weird. It's just so different to do these days. Difficult. But I've got to try. Inhale. Exhale. There. A little clearer. I see the sidewalk a little bit better. The buildings, the sky, the lights. Everything around is friendly. Everything is beautiful. That's great. Those are great things to look at and think about. Though, perhaps I shouldn't breathe so deeply. You can get really sick from this. It has been getting colder after all. My usual routes have been getting harder and harder to finish. And it's not just the temperature. The paths on the outskirts got snowed over.
so trudging through them tires me out really quickly. The winds are picking up too. The long dark. Even when I cover myself up with the scarf, it feels as if my face is being pelted. I'm not meeting anyone out here in this weather. Ah, I should have gone to the library today. What time is it? Maybe I can still make it. It closes at 6, so no, for sure not. Oh well. They've already begun putting up New Year's decorations. Everything's lined with lights. Oh, and there's a pine tree near the community center. It's so tall. And bare, for now. Well, I like it as is. The way that snow rests on its branches makes it look so mighty. Heh. Alright, I'm getting into a bit of festive mood. Wish the frost weren't so prickly. Then I'd look around some more. The streets are empty, save for a couple of adults I saw walking down to the bar. Hard to imagine there would be a lot of people out on an evening like this. So, why have I been meandering around like I've got nothing better to do? Every answer to this is embarrassing. The inside of our apartment block is warm and muddy orange. There's no elevator, but then again, it's only 5 floors. Only? I want an elevator. I make my way upstairs. An idea is forming in my head. An obvious solution to the problem I've been having. It's perfect. I have the perfect plan for the evening. There's our door. It's kind of uninviting. But that's just my opinion. I dropped frames and went to red, but didn't disconnect. Okay, back to green. I bet Dad's guests find it quite welcoming. Though, judging by how quiet it is, I turn the key and enter. The only sound is the faint muttering of the TV, coming from the living room. Yes. Thank God. No visitors today. I hang my wet coat up to dry, take off my shoes, and quietly go down the corridor. Hi, Dad. Hello. I don't even stop to peek into the room. I won't see anything I haven't seen before. At least tonight seems like it will be calm. Seems like it will be calm? I don't like the sound of that. I wash my hands. When I exit the bathroom, I hear a soft voice from the kitchen. Mom? Out with friends again? Mm-hmm. Hi. Mom nods her head, staring in front of her. She's smoking again. I go in and open the window, then turn on the light. She squints from the sudden brightness. You want some tea? I'm setting the kettle. She shakes her head. I sit opposite her and wait for the water to boil. She's not saying anything, and neither am I. It's not awkward per se. I just pick at the oilcloth and swat away the smoke that occasionally drifts in my direction. We're both used to this kind of thing in our own way. Even so, I go to my room as soon as I fill up the teapot. Is something wrong with your mother? I don't like locking myself in here. I do it every time, and every time I'm swarmed with nasty thoughts. Can't even spend some time with your own mother? You run away from her, even though she has it so hard. So hard. You traitor. Brat. Ungrateful filth. It's the kind of self-flagellation that goes nowhere. Do I think that if I badmouth myself enough, I'll be forgiven? This happens every time and changes nothing. It's pointless. So I direct my attention elsewhere. What was I gonna do? What was I... Oh, right. I pick up a pen and start flipping through my notebooks. Gonna start doing some poetry? Aren't we supposed to... Weren't you supposed to make poetry for Ira? That could have been your excuse to meet her at that place. Oh, yeah. Ira asked me to write a poem. Ah. Just thinking back to it makes me so giddy. She said it. She told me she liked it. Ira likes my poems. Nobody has ever said that to me before. Well, Tosia did. But that was years ago. That poem. The one that Garen read. What did she like about it? Maybe I should have asked. Where was it? Ah, that's it.
Сырая черная земля. Не обнимай меня так нежно.
Didn't expect to hear some voice acting.
Деревья свой белоснежный. И спи спокойно. Только я буду царапаться и биться. А иней пусть себе искрится. И пусть летят по небу птицы. И светит бледная заря.
O damp black earth, do not hold me so tenderly. Do not tear your snow-white attire, and sleep peacefully. I will scratch and I will beat, but frost will still glimmer, and birds will still fly across the sky, and a pale dawn will still shine. Gah! It's so lame. I can't blame them for laughing. If anything, Garn was too nice. But at least she liked it. For some freaking reason, Ira liked it. So maybe it's not all bad? Maybe I can make something worthwhile. At least worthwhile in Ira's eyes. That's all I really need. She got angry at me the last time I saw her. I don't know why. I mess up a lot. I think she just wanted to be alone. I really mess up a lot. I doubt she was a bad mood because of me. But, I mean, you did say she looked exhausted. Maybe she's also a sickly person? Maybe that's why she goes to the institute. I definitely didn't help. But now I will. Maybe if I do this, she won't be so mad anymore. I've been really trying since that day. The day she helped me with the diary, I mean. I've been trying, but I just can't get the words to flow right. Today, though. I really want to do this today. I think I can do it. Ha! I'm like a kid that only does their homework when their parents yell at them. I don't even know when she'll show up at school again. Bumping into her on the street is a tough bet, especially with this weather. Well, I'll try anyway. I've got nothing to lose. What's the worst case scenario? Appreciating gorgeous scenery? Oh, heaven forbid. I'm gonna enjoy this to hell and back. And when I hand that poem to Ira, then it will all be worth it. And I think I will call it there, actually. Before we continue with her getting bullied, it seems like. Let me save. I'll save here. And this is going to be my screenshot. My thumbnail. Let me... You know what? I realized I never even turned on chat. I turned it off at the beginning because there was a little intro at the beginning. And then I forgot to turn it back on. My bad. Load. Wait, that's quick load. Does that work? Yes. Oh, okay, thank you. It was H. There we go, perfect. This I will use for the thumbnail for YouTube. Alright, so I'm gonna call it there. Next Saturday I don't work, so Danganronpa will go back to Saturday, and this will be my Thursday game like it was supposed to be. It's about a 7 to 8 hour game, but that's not including reading everything out loud. So it'll probably take 9 to 10 hours, probably. So we've almost 3 hours in. So probably a few more streams. Although this is a pretty easy one to read, and I didn't give anyone a harsh voice, so maybe next time I can do even longer. Maybe. So, thank you everyone for hanging out with me. For those who were in chat and those who were just lurking, I appreciate it as always. I hope you all have a good morning, day, or night, whatever time it is for you guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone. Now bring up the raid messages for Twitch. Raid 1. Oop, raid... I'm spelling it wrong. Raid 2. Actually, I keep doing that before I remember things. I just remembered someone did have affiliate anniversary. I think it was, Rathan.
In a room where shadows loom, a man sits deep.
Well, he's gone anyway. Anyone else?
With a pen held tight in hand.
Oh, let's do Rybite. I haven't done Rybite in a long time. He's doing Hightail. Well, I probably won't stick around too long because I don't. Well, it's midnight anyway. I'm going to bed. So yeah, we can do Rybite.
Walls may close, the night may fall, but his spirit stands tall. Lines he draws are doors that lead.
Oh, there's also Jesse though. He's on so late.
Worlds where dreams are free. With a pen he built his dream.
Rybite is usually on at this time. I don't usually get to raid Jesse. Hopefully I can catch Rybite next time then. Let's go with Jesse.
In his mind he's never alone. Crafting realms he calls his own. Paper whispers, secrets told, journeys inked in black and bold. Mountains climb or rivers bend in the world that he can mend. He may be confined and still, yet his heart is wild with thrill. Through each line a sky so wide. In his world he takes a ride. Every size painted bright. Stars that gleam in darkest night. With a pen his spirit sings, soaring high.